am I the asshole for leaving a drunk girl alone at the bar?
Ooh, it's best not to. At least, have someone tend to them. Like, hey, a bartender, hey, can you keep an eye on that person?
Especially if it's a stranger. I don't want to be responsible for a stranger. You know what I mean? And then,
True.
especially if they don't know you and they're drunk, whenever they hear, they're like, well, I mean, how do I know you weren't weird? Type of deal. So definitely the bartender, I feel like managers and bartenders are pretty good at this.
Oh, yeah. They're trained to do it in most areas, I think.
So, I mean, I feel like if you just left them alone, like you just saw a drunk person just passed out on the floor and you're like, damn, that's crazy. And yeah, probably not great. I feel like you should alert the manager or bartenders.
Okay. All right. So this involves me, 32 male, Matt, 30 male, Matt's girlfriend, Lisa, 28 female, and her friend, Jane, in her 20s. Doesn't say the specific age, but 20 somewhere.
Sounds fishy.
Yep. I already forgot all the names and ages.
Same, actually, and I read them. So,
okay, so not important going forward.
It comes up eventually in the update, I'll say that. But yeah, going forward, you don't really have to know it. 2 days back, it was Matt's birthday. He invited me and a few of our friends to a small birthday dinner at this restaurant, which is also kind of a bar. The plan was to eat, drink, and chill. Matt's girlfriend, Lisa, also invited a few of her own friends. It was a group of around 15 people. I mostly hung out with my own friends and Matt and Lisa's friends with her. One of Lisa's friends, Jane, kept trying to talk to me throughout the evening. It was kind of awkward for me as I'm an introvert and the conversation with her felt like they were going nowhere. Around 12, I decided to head back home. Jane came up to me and told me that she wanted to go back home too. I was like, okay, cool. Then she asked if I could drop her off at her house. I asked where she lived and she told me some address that wasn't even on my way. So I told her to ask someone else to drop her off. She asked me if I was sure I couldn't do it. And I was like, yep, absolutely. I love how he's just like, yeah, I can't do that.
And for that reason, I'm out.
I mean, I respect the honesty.
Yeah.
Jane was visibly drunk, but I figured she had a group of friends, so someone would give her a ride. Also, I was tired as fuck and just wanted to go back to sleep. The next morning, I woke up to some very angry messages from Lisa. She was furious at me for leaving Jane alone at the party. Apparently, they all assumed that since I was hanging out with Jane, I would have the decency to drop her back off at home. I told her that I talked to Jane for a total of 15 minutes for the entire 3 to 4 hours. And I don't understand why everyone wanted me to be her personal chauffeur. All of her friends obviously think I'm a huge asshole, and Matt has decided to stay neutral on this. So am I the asshole?
I will say this, though, and I think if you are going to go to a party knowing that you're going to be consuming alcohol or other substances, you have to have some sort of contingency plan on how you're going to get home. If I was OP in this situation, would I have gone out of my way to make sure that someone is safe? Yes. But ultimately, I'm not responsible for that person. And especially that they just, it sounds like they just met them. Am I wrong? It
sounds like it. Yeah.
It sounds like
it's a complete stranger. I don't trust strangers at all. What if I'm out of the way and it's not a safe place for me? You know what I'm saying? So, I would have went a little bit out of the way and said hey, I just want to make sure you're good. I'll order you an Uber so that way I can at least see that you got there safely or, share your location with me or something like that. I'd go out of my way. But personally, him not dropping her off, I don't think they're an asshole for that.
Okay. What about you, Sean?
Yeah, I mean, kind of same. I think what I would have done if I was in that situation is I would have just gone up to my friend,
Matt.
Yeah, Matt. And I would have been like, hey, I'm trying to dip. She also is drunk and needs to get home, but she lives out of the way. 1, she lives out of the way. 2, I do not know this lady. And it's just 3, I probably don't want to be alone with a stranger that's drunk, trying to drop them off. What if they don't get to their destination? Things like that. So can you make sure she's good? Because I'm trying to sleep. Me, I don't even like parties.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I think, honestly, he probably assumed, she's with a bunch of friends. She's fine. She can get home. Someone will get her a ride home if she doesn't, if she can't find a way home. And he's also I don't know you. you're not my friend. like I have no responsibility towards you, whereas you have whatever 7 or 8 friends here that you know that have more of a responsibility to you. So I get where he's coming from, where he's just like, hey, if you were on the way to my house, I would have dropped you off, or even like close. But I can get where he's coming from. As
I get where he's coming from for sure, but yeah. I would have just been like,
big stretch,
big stretcher,
big stretch.
But yeah, I would just have like talked to my friend just
for sure.
For me, just to clear my conscience while I leave. You know what I mean? Like,
I get it.
Hey, somebody should grab her. It's not me. I'm not the one.
And I'm saying this from like a place of privilege of being a guy, because for us, we'd be like, oh yeah, we'll fucking take an Uber. We don't care. We'll say that.
Some Ubers are scary.
Exactly.
With a drunk.
I can understand like the concern of the friends. Like, hey, you had the power to be able to make sure she gets home safe. I get that part.
My argument to them would be, you're her friends. You also have a responsibility to get her home fucking safe. What are you guys doing?
And it was a house party, right?
No, it was at a bar.
It was at a bar. Yeah. It's like a bar / restaurant.
But when they leave, are they not looking to
That's what I mean.
Oh, that is such a big stretch. I'm so sorry.
What a big stretch. Okay. I woke her and she's ready to leave.
She's gone. Maybe not.
Wait, no. Okay.
No, she's gone. Yeah, she's gone. She's gone. She's out.
Sorry.
But yeah, I think the friends have just as much, if not more, of a responsibility towards their own friends, and so them blaming you seems like projection to me.
Yeah, because I think they also probably forgot her ass, and then they're like, "Well,
what did they fuck me for? I just met her."
Yeah, I was the first one gone. To fucking put the blame on the person that they're not really friends with.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, how could you leave her alone? Like, y'all left after me.
Yeah.
If anybody left her alone,
it was you.
It was
y'all. So some relevant comments. Someone asked, what does Jane think? And OP said, apparently even Jane thinks I'm an asshole for not dropping her off at home. I'm kind of stumped at their behavior, not going to lie. And then commenter asked about OP's feelings or lack thereof for Jane. And OP says, I'm pretty sure Jane is in her early 20s. Part of the reason the conversations were awkward with her was because she sounded like a kid to me. I felt like there was a generational gap, LOL, so hooking up was out of the question. So people were like implying that Jane probably wanted to go back to his place.
Oh, for sure.
And he's like,
that's how I understood that conversation to be going.
And OP sounds like a listener of Reddit on Wiki and said, that's against the Sean rule. Fuck that. So respect to OP.
That. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah,
OP.
we
also
go
didn't know you were a listener, brother.
We're old now. All we do is go home and sleep after 9.
I get what you're saying. There's no like consensus bot on Am I the Asshole, but the majority were not the asshole. So that was majority comments were that. And
so this was posted on Am I the Asshole and we got referenced?
No, we didn't. I was kidding.
No, he was joking about that.
I was like, shit, we made it. We fucking made it, brother. We're on the fucking
Am I the Asshole? On Update Wednesday that we're gonna do in the future.
Soon.
Who knows what?
Yeah, soon. But there is an update to this story, like I teased. So, update. Lisa entirely stopped talking to me after the incident. And then he puts in brackets, not that we were close before, but she would sometimes forward reels and etc. on Instagram. Matt was also being distant, but whatever. I got busy with work and kind of forgot about it. A week after the said incident, Matt texted me saying he needed a favor. He said he wanted me to apologize to Jane, and I was like, fuck no, I'm not apologizing to her. Matt said that he knows it's not my fault at all, and he's tried to explain this to Lisa, but she's adamant that I was an asshole to Jane and made Lisa look bad in front of her. Apparently, Lisa gave Matt an ultimatum, saying that if I don't apologize to her and Jane, Matt needs to cut me off. Tough.
How close are y'all?
You're just like, oh, fuck Matt.
Because I'd be like, bro, if this is
this ain't worth all the headache.
This honestly was some high school bullshit that Lisa was partaking in, and it very toxic. And I told Matt the same thing, but he was really desperate and pathetically sad, so I agreed to text Jane an apology. I texted her something along the lines of, hey, sorry I didn't drop you off at your place like you asked. I was really tired and wasn't thinking. My bad. She replied with, it's all right. Don't worry about it. But this apparently made Jane think I'm interested in her or something, and I felt like an absolute idiot for agreeing to the apology. She started texting me a lot. In the beginning, I gave monosymbolic replies, but then her texts increased a lot. And I straight up hit her up with, please stop texting me. I'm not interested.
Ooh.
This hurt. I mean, better than ghosting.
Yeah. Respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, respectfully.
This hurt her, and she snitched to Lisa again. And Lisa started threatening Matt to go no contact with me. They fought about this non-issue for like a week, and this made Matt realize that Lisa is really toxic, and they broke up.
Good.
Nice.
Good. It's a new Lisa life for you, baby.
Yeah.
Because I was going to be like, if she's giving you the ultimatum and you're choosing her over me,
that's crazy.
Then that's all that needs to be said about our friendship. You know? Choose her. Make it easy.
Jane also hasn't tried to contact me yet either. Life is peaceful for the time being. And that is the update. So it sounded like Jane was into him the whole time, and they all got pissy that if they were trying to hook them up, whatever plan they had didn't work. And then they were pissy at him for not driving her home to hook up with her, even though they're like a 10-year age different.
He was a believer of the Sean rule. Good person.
Is a listener.
You're not going to lie. For about 2 seconds, my head was so big. You couldn't fucking tell me shit, brother.
Get therapy.